This is the car which keeps Tesla shareholders up at night. It's the Volkswagen ID.4, the brand's first ever from the ground up fully electric SUV. While it's been out for a while in Europe, this is our first close look at it in Australia. In this video, we're going to share with you everything we know about it so far and when it's going to launch in Australia as well, so stay tuned. But before we do, remember to check out the full story over at carsguide.com.au, where you can also see all of our rolling Volkswagen coverage. Now, let's get into it. First up, arrival timing and pricing. The ID.4 has been delayed for an Australian launch for some time, with build slots being prioritised for Europe, where there are incentives for electric cars. Finally though, it will arrive in Australia, hopefully before the end of next year. At least that's what the brand tells us so far. Now, pricing wise, you can expect in that mid 60 grand region, and this car here is representative of what will arrive first. When it finally does arrive, you can expect the most affordable version to cost around about the same as a high-spec Tiguan. Think in the mid 50 to 60 grand region. The ID.4 will also be joined by the ID.5, which is a coupe spin-off. That car is only available in a high trim level internationally, so expect that to cost a fair bit more. What the ID.4 won't be joined by is its Golf-sized hatch sibling, the ID.3. That car has been delayed for an Australian launch, expected a full year later, but we will receive a facelifted version, potentially with major improvements, so keep an eye on that. When it comes to design, the ID.4 looks new, but unmistakably Volkswagen. It's as though someone has taken the Tiguan and smoothed everything out, as though the car was formed by water. This is no doubt form meeting function, with cars in the electric era being largely freed from the design constraints of combustion vehicles, but aerodynamics have become much more important for efficiency. Still, unlike some electric cars, all the ID models follow a sleek and inoffensive formula which will offer a wide appeal. Now, I've hopped in the ID.4 and set it to my comfortable driving position, and things are looking very good in here. It's a super clean design, feels nice and open, and it's dominated by this big screen in the dash here, which I love. There's a little screen down here which is kind of quaint, and it doesn't have that much information in it, unlike current combustion Volkswagens, but I guess it doesn't really need to because it's electric. There's not that much to show. There's also other neat design elements like these big seats and these little armrests, which are very kind of Range Rover almost. I like that. Now let's talk about the practicality promise in here. It's an electric car, so it should be better than normal. Let's take a look. Space seems really good in here. I'm 182 centimeters tall and I've got plenty of room. And adjustability is really good with electric seats and a steering column with the screen attached. So when you move it around, the screen actually comes with you. So there's no chance of blocking it with the steering wheel, which is a really neat touch. And I also have nice soft touch surfaces, very, of course, typical of Volkswagen for my elbows to sit on, and a nice open area down the middle here. Now this is actually really cool because you've got this storage area up top with these little dividers, so you can have cups or larger objects if you want. You've got a wireless charger hidden away down underneath because of this nice open space here, and two more cup holders, or again an open space. It's got a removable kind of insert down there which you can adjust to your liking. It's really neat. I like it. Can't wait to drive. All right, I'm in the back seat now and it's immediately impressive. That's behind my own driving position, and as you can see, I've got plenty of knee room. Headroom's not too bad either, considering that this car has this massive panoramic sunroof as well. Other benefits here, you've got this flat floor, so you can even fit an adult in the middle seat. Very cool. And you've got, of course, bottle holders in the doors and two more in this drop-down armrest here. The other amenities are excellent too. There's two USB-C ports and two adjustable air vents, and not only that, there's a separate climate zone for rear passengers with its own little touchscreen too, so you're not left wanting back here at all. Boot space is a good story too, with 543 litres VDA on offer in here, which for reference I reckon I could curl up into quite comfortably without feeling like I'm squashed. There's a full bay underneath to store all of your charging paraphernalia as well, so you don't need to eat into this space here. As you can see, this one's come with a net, and there's a ski port too. Pretty neat. We don't quite yet know exactly which spec of ID.4 will arrive in Australia, but there is an entire list of variants available overseas, and we now have an idea of what we'll get. The car we're looking at for this video is said to be representative of what will arrive in Australia first. It's a long-range vehicle with a 77 kilowatt-hour battery, allowing for a driving range of more than 500 kilometers. We will also get one of the mid-spec motors. See the power for those on your screen now. More basic versions available overseas might arrive at a later date, including a rear drive model with a 110 kilowatt motor and a version with a smaller battery rating in at 52 kilowatt hours, allowing a 360 kilometer driving range. A high-spec, performance-oriented GTX model is also earmarked for Australia, as are all-wheel drive versions just showcased in Europe. The ID4 range has efficiencies ranging from 16.3 kilowatt hours to 100 kilometers for the most basic versions to 18.2 kilowatt hours to 100 kilometers for a fully loaded GTX. As mentioned already, there are two battery options, 52 kilowatt hours or 77 kilowatt hours, with driving range reaching to the mid 300s to over 550 kilometers depending on which variant is chosen. Charging. Okay, the Volkswagen ID4 uses a European standard Type 2 charging cable, which looks like this here, and it can charge at a max rate of 135 kilowatts on DC, which means a full charge in under 40 minutes. And on AC, this high-spec one here can charge up at a rate of 11 kilowatts, which means a charge time of around 6 hours. The ID4's standard safety suite includes most key active safety items, including Autobahn speed auto emergency braking. Make sure to check out the full written story to get an idea of what we can expect in our market, but the SUV also has a maximum 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. Expect Volkswagen's standard 5-year and unlimited kilometre warranty for the car, but we're yet to see how Volkswagen will structure its high-voltage battery warranty or service costs in Australia. To get an idea, Volkswagen in the UK offers an 8-year 160,000 kilometre warranty for its high-voltage battery components and a service interval which is equivalent to 2 years or 30,000 kilometres. So, should Tesla be worried? Well, you tell us. It looks like the ID4 is going to have all the ingredients it needs to be yet another mainstream EV challenger in Australia's market. We're really looking forward to driving it.